Assalamu alaikum. I'm Iram Rasool. I'm a standard 10 student. And today we are going to discuss about the nationalism in India. Just like in our previous chapter, we discussed about the nationalism in Europe, that how the nation states emerged in the Europe. Now we are going to discuss about the nationalism in India. Nationalism emerged in India as the people begin discovering their unity in the process of their struggle with colonialism. As India was under Britishers for a long period of time and as a colony of Britishers. The first topic of our chapter is the First World War, Khilafat and the non-cooperation. The First World War, it created a new economic and the political issue, which created hardship to the people during 1913 and the 1918. And also, the custom duties was raised and income tax was also introduced. Poverty and the forced recruitments made people hostile towards the Britishers. Also, between 1918 and 1919, the crops were failed in many parts of the India. So there was food shortage, epidemic, and the famine. The people hoped that their hardship would end after the World War was ended, but it did not happen. At this stage, a new leader appeared and suggested a new mode of the struggle. And the leader was none other than Mahatma Gandhi. Now, another topic is the idea of Satyagraha. Satyagraha, which means the method of mass agitation, also the appeal for the truth. Satyagrahas are the truth seekers. Mahatma Gandhi arrived to India on January 1915. He believed that this dharma of non-violence, which means he believed in the non-violence, but that does not believed in the violence. He thought that it is the only non-violence is the only way to unify the Indians. He organized 3 satyagrahas in India. The first Gandhian mass movement in India, it was Champaran 1917. This movement, it was against the oppressive plantation system. Also in 1918, Kheda movement took place, which was due to the crop failure and the epidemic revenue. And also during 1918, one more movement took place, which was of Ahmedabad, which included the cotton mill workers demanding increase in the wages. And another topic is the Rowlatt Act. It was the chairman of Rowlatt Act was Sir Sidney Rowlatt, and it was held by the Rowlatt Committee. In 1919, the Rowlatt Act was passed by the British government. So, let us know now what this Rowlatt Act was all about. The Rowlatt Act, it gave the many powers to the government, to the British government, to repress the political activities and allowed imprisonment for 2 years without any trial. Which means they were not given any previous notification or we can see any previous letter that they are going to be prisoner. But they were arrested without any trial. On 6th April 1919, Gandhiji started a non-violent civil disobedience against such act, which started a hartal, or we can say a nationwide hartal. Also, the local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. This was all done by the British administration. They decided when they heard of this nationwide hartal call, so they decided to clamp down on the nationalists. So they picked up the local leaders, just for example, Saifuddin Kichlu, or we can say Dr. Satyapal. They were picked up from the Amritsar, and also the Mahatma Gandhi, he was barred from entering the Delhi. On 10 April, the police of Amritsar fired upon a peaceful processions. Also, the banks were attacked, post offices, and also the railway stations. And martial law was imposed and General Dyer took its command. What was martial law all about? The martial law included that 3 to 5 people, they were not allowed to walk together. Also, on 13 April, the famous Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place. What did happen as in Jallianwala Bagh, many people were gathered. Some were there to protest against the government and also others were to attend the annual Baisakhi fair. As I already discussed that the General Dyer took the command of this martial law. When the General Dyer looked upon this thing that the Indians are gathered here, as also the martial law was imposed. They were not allowed to walk together, but they were gathered there in a large crowd. So General Dyer opened a fire in the Jallianwala Bagh on 13 April, where people, as I already discussed, where people were assembled for the Baisakhi. He blocked the exit points and killed hundreds of people and declared his objective as to produce, and he declared that his objective was only to produce a moral effect in the minds of Satyagraha. What did happen to the Satyagraha? The government responded with a brutal repression. They humiliated the Satyagrahas. Satyagrahas were forced to rub their nose on the ground, even to crawl on the streets. So, this led the Gandhiji to stop this movement after this harsh moment, or we can say after this brutal moment. Now, the Gandhiji thought that we need to launch a more broad-based movement in India. That there was criticism that Rowlatt Satyagrahas were limited mostly to the towns and cities. The people were thinking that this Rowlatt Satyagraha, that against this Rowlatt Act, the protest against Rowlatt Act, it was only limited to the towns and cities. And also in World War I, Ottoman Empire was lost, and as a result, Khalifa was outthrown. This event gave chance to Gandhiji to unite the Hindus and the Muslims. And also in March 1919, Bombay, a Khilafat committee was set up in Bombay to defend Khilafat temporal power. And also in September 1920, Calcutta session was passed, in which Gandhiji with the Muslim brothers Muhammad Ali and the Shaukat Ali started a non-cooperation movement. As I already discussed, the broad-based movement. Now this was the broad-based movement, and with the support of Muhammad Ali and the Shaukat Ali. This was all about today.